Hello everybody, very good afternoon, good morning, welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby and welcome along to our Monday. It's definitely Monday, get it in your head, Ben, that it's Monday. I keep thinking it's Friday because this is my last day until Friday, but it is a brilliant day. We've got a craft along for you right now, an award-winning show where basically you get the opportunity to craft along with us in real time. So we take things nice and slowly for you. If you need things repeated, you can stick your hand up and give us a wave and go, "Oi, I need something repeated." I mean, say it more politely than that. But the point is, we do it in real time. There's no, here's a bit I made earlier, let's get on and do this. We do all in real time for you, all the cutting, all the scoring, all the stamping, all done in real time. And by the end of it, hopefully, we all have an amazing project. We're looking at the 3D Scene Builder Stamp and Dies collection today. If you've already got this collection and you fancy crafting along with us, we will give you everything that you need as far as tools and equipment is concerned on the screen in just a few moments' time. If you haven't yet got this collection and you fancy doing the craft along, you can buy the collection today, and then this craft along will be there on YouTube and Facebook for you to try out once you get your goodies. As you can see, I've been coaxed and cajoled into doing the craft along. So the great news for you, if you are crafting along at home, it will be very slow motion. Because I'll be going, can you just repeat that? How do we do that again? What measurement was that? I don't know if Michelle's actually pleased, delighted, or slightly disappointed that I am going to be joining in. But it is the lovely Michelle who's taking the craft along today. Please answer that question and then tell us what we're going to be making.
I'm very excited that you're crafting along.
Michelle's microphone is not on.
Is it on now?
No. So what were you saying? You're pleased and delighted?
I am very pleased, delighted and excited that you're going to craft along, because it's going to prove that it is a lot easier to do than it looks. Not that, you know, I'm trying to say that you need something easy and simple, but more beginner.
Right. What is it that we're making?
So we are making, it helps if you know, doesn't it? So we're going to make this. We're going to use those 3D scene builders, and we're going to make this. If I just tip it a little, you can see that they're like little towers. It's like a triple tower, but it does, we can fold it flat all the way, either side, so it you can post it. So it's beautiful in 3D if you want to have it on display, but you can still post it as well.
I mean, it looks amazing. We've got a couple of hours to get this done. We have got a fantastic guest joining us as well, who will say hello to you in just a few moments' time. However, let's show you everything that you're going to need as far as your equipment is concerned, so you can then go and grab it if you want to take part. Michelle, what are we going to need, please? Right,
so what you are going to need, first off, is your 3D Scene Builder Stamp and Die set. I'm using the butterfly borders, your all-purpose white card, craft card, your 8x8 everyday inspirations, patterns and solids pad, and your 8x8 pick and mix solids, some tri-blend markers, your water. You don't need your water reactive. I think that might be a bit of a typo. So it's water reactive. That's the blending one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need a fry brown, because that's going to be to edge our craft card with. Your quick dry ink pad in pine tree, or your grasshopper, whichever colour you want in, and an alcohol proof ink pad in your rustic brown. And then the bits you're going to need to go along is your Gemini.
Can I use a MIDI?
You can use a MIDI,
Thank goodness for that.
Your scoreboard, guillotine, stamping platform, tacky glue, your Collal all-purpose glue, red liner tape, and your permanent and dotty tape pen.
Okay.
Not that I couldn't say half of those words. Do you know, those such hard words to say, you know, like dotty and paper. Yeah, all those hard words.
Yeah.
But that's what you're going to need.
It's harder than it looks saying all of these words on live TV. We just make it look easy most of the time. Let's say a few hellos before we welcome our guest. On the socials, we've got Cool Cat Caitlin. Geraldine says, hi everyone from rainy upstate New York. Ben McCarthy is in. Mary Rena says, hello everybody from a soon-to-be rainy Maine. Janet Boyd says, hello everyone from Michigan. Keeping my fingers crossed my sunflower collection will be delivered tomorrow, hopefully. Jacqueline says, hello from Ellenwood, GA, Georgia. Gilmore says, hello, Ben, Michelle, Team Social and Crafty Peeps. Thank you for all the well wishes yesterday for Cara. She was so surprised and touched. Card on the way. Laura Hernandez is in from Virginia. Donna's in saying good morning. And Margaret Frasina says, you are very brave, Ben. Some would say foolish. But you know what? We're going to have a laugh. We'll give it a go. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world, is it? I'll just finish it after the show. But one lady who I know, well, I don't know actually. We're going to find out. Is she excited? Is she nervous? Joining us for the craft along, all the way from LA, it is the lovely Amy. How are you, Amy?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
It's so nice to have you with us. Is this your first craft along at Crafty TV?
No, this is my second.
Okay.
I did one back in April.
What did you do last time?
We made a basket. Debbie Robinson had it was a border set and die with, we made like a basket. I made a Mother's Day basket.
Oh, amazing. And
she put like sweeties in hers for her grandchildren, she said.
Oh, that's lovely. And where are you on the kind of like skill level of crafter? Have you been crafting a long time? Are you fairly new to it, or where would you sort of put yourself?
I'll be at your level. It'll be good.
Okay.
It'll be good. We'll come in at the race at the same time.
Have you made anything like this project that we're going to do today?
I've probably made like a third of the thing that comes together, but it's good. I have never attached all the 3 levels together, but I've made those levels.
Yeah. Well, the great news is, as I say, I'm crafting along, and you've probably seen me craft along before. You know the sort of level that I'm at. So, you know, worst case scenario, you'll be quicker than me. I would imagine.
It's all good.
Have you got everything you need handy?
I do, thank you.
Excellent news. As always, you're in the box seat, you're in the VIP seat, so if you do need anything repeated, then feel free to stick your hand up and we'll answer those questions, but guaranteed it will be me probably asking the questions that you need answered before you need them. So we'll check back in with you as we head through the show, Amy. It's going to be amazing. As always as well, if you guys are crafting along with us at home, do let us know on the socials. Let us know if you're crafting now, or potentially if you're thinking about crafting along once you get the goodies. Sandra says, Michelle, will your Ben be crafting along at home?
No, but I know what Ben's doing at the minute. Ben's he's drawing, so he's using our art liners. He's creating some amazing drawings. So that is what he will be doing at the minute.
Okay. Well, listen, we will give you just a couple more minutes to get all your bits and pieces together if you want to craft along with us. If you didn't know, we have a sale on currently on our website. It is our summer season sale, season sale, where you can pick up a whole host of goodies. Look, there's me juggling beach balls. I was actually juggling those beach balls as well. That wasn't superimposed. Yeah, oh yeah, juggling beach balls on my CV. Crafter, average, juggling beach balls, expert. You can have a look at our website right here and you can just click on the summer sale. There's all of the deals for you. I mean, there's 40%, 50%. I would be clicking straight away on the 75% off section and you'll see in there a whole host of goodies. Mainly Christmas themed because, of course, we're heading towards our Christmas in July event. So you can pick up some amazing deals. There's snowmen and Christmas trees and robins. There's embossing folders. There are dies, there's stamps. There's all sorts in there. Double-sided creator card dies in there. I mean, there's just absolutely loads. Pick up those deals, though, before they do disappear. The Summer Season sale runs up until end of play on Sunday, so it is worth bearing in mind that you need to pick up the deals fairly quickly, and we will be adding more deals to all of those sections right throughout the week, I've been told, so it's worth checking back every day just to see if something new has popped up. And also, talking about popping up, make sure you check your emails today because there is a special message from Sarah which will have landed in your box, particularly brilliant for you if you are in the UK, because it is all about her theatre tour, which she is going to be doing from the end of November, and she's given you the opportunity to get your tickets before anybody else. Right, let's have a quick look at these boards and then we'll get shopping, we'll get crafting on this particular collection. So it's your 3D scene builder stamp and die set. If you want to go for these individually, you can. If you want to go on a multi-buy with these, you can as well, but the best value for money is to go on the full collection, which you're seeing here. It is 117 elements in total, saving £21.97 today or £26.85. Platinum price is just £68.79, $83.96. So the Woodland Beauty. And again, we chatted about this earlier on. It's such a lovely collection because you've got all of these stamps, which are going to look gorgeous once you've coloured them in. You've got the dies to go with them as well, so you don't need to do any fussy cutting. And the fact all of these have your sort of foreground, midground and background elements, allows you to create some really gorgeous projects with ease. That's the Woodland Beauty. This one great for all of your celebrations, which is called Celebrate Your Day. Love that balloon arch that you got in there, and a whole host of different presents and banners and bunting in there to build up that 3D scene. Next one, which I think we are going to be using in this, yes we are, in this particular craft along, is the butterfly borders. Kind of lovely collection to build up that wonderful garden scene. And then lastly in this set you have got your Simple Pleasures, which is the little girl on the swing. You've got the gorgeous archway, the gateway there too, and of course, you know what, if you just decide that you want to use some of the stamped elements on their own without using the dies, you know, you don't have to use it as a 3D set each and every time. So much craftability. Platinum on that, as I say, is £68.79, £83.96. You can go for 2 for £50 or 2 for $60 on that collection. Right. I feel a bit nervous. I don't ever get nervous. Why have we got butterflies? No, I know. I've done about 6 or 7 of these now. Mary just saying, wonderful to see a Michelle craft along. Love her demos. Bravo, Ben, for crafting along. And Gilmore says, crafting along with Ben is fun. Right, well, we'll soon find out how much fun it is because we are ready to go. Amy is ready. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. If you're ready at home as well, are you ready, Michelle? That's the question.
I think so.
Okay. Well, let's do it.
I think so. Right, let's get to it. So, I'm not going to use this yet. The first things first, we're going to make the back of this. So you're going to get a piece of your white card. You're going to pick a piece of plain card and you're going to pick a piece of patterned, and we'll do the back piece first. So I'm just gonna...
Oh, I haven't got a bit of plain card.
Oh no.
Well, no, I've got big. I'll come and nick one of yours.
Come and nick some. I'll let you. So I've got my piece from there for now.
I'm going to go same colour as you.
Okay.
And for like that one. Yep. Thanks. One piece?
Just for now, yeah.
Thank you.
And then whatever piece you want for the back. So I've gone florally.
Yeah.
We're going to stick with that.
I'm not sure my colours will match now, but...
Do you want a... There's a purple. There's a nice purple. Might go with your blue.
I told you I'd hold this up. Oh yeah, that
one.
That one's better.
There you go.
Thank you.
Right, let me just pop that back in there.
Okay.
So let's move those to the side. You're going to bring in your guillotine.
Okay.
And we're going to put our white piece of card. Let me just do that before I start. So it's going to be 8 inches by 8 inches.
Where's my glasses? 8 by 8. All right, George. He's just gone very low crafter over there. Hashtag clunky crafter. 8 by 8, did you say?
8 by 8. And then you're going to bring your plain piece in. And so if I bring this in to show you, we're just going to cut a piece that's going to fit in the middle there. So it doesn't obviously need to be as wide. So we're going to cut that at, let me just measure it just to double check. Yeah. So we're going to cut this at 4 3/4.
4 3/4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 3/4. And we're going to cut that down to 7 3/4.
7 and what, sorry?
3/4.
7 3/4. So I can't hear when the old...
Yeah, your guillotine.
Yeah.
Right, so this one is going to be 4.5 inches wide. So this is your pattern piece.
4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
So that's how it's going to look.
Can we just repeat those measurements again very quickly?
Yeah, so your white is 8 by 8.
Yep.
This one is 4 3/4 by 7 3/4.
Yep.
And this is 4.5 by 7.5. So you're
Okay.
going to get that lovely border around it.
Yeah, done that, yeah. Good. Good so far.
Yeah. Right, so you need another piece of white card.
Okay.
And we're going to cut this to 8 inches high. And you're going to need 2 pieces at 5.5 inches long.
5.5 inches long. Hang on a minute, second one. 5.5 inches.
Yeah.
Like that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And then we're going to cut a couple more pieces down for these bits. So I've got 2 plain pieces on the front bit and I've got 2 patterned pieces in there.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you if you want to go plain or patterned.
Okay.
But I'm going to go patterned
Yeah.
on the inside. I'm going to
Okay.
stick to the ones that I've...
Oh, so that I can use that one.
You can use that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just going to pull that off there. And I've already got this here, so I might use that. So again, so we're going to cut it down just 1/4 inch, so it's going to be...
Oh, so is that patterned, is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, right, okay, sorry. Carry on.
It's got a pinstripe on it.
Yeah.
So we're going to cut it down to 7 3/4 inch. And we
Okay.
want 2 pieces at 1 1/4.
Cool, that's small, isn't it?
It is.
1 1/4. Okay. 1. Just 2, did you say?
Yeah, 2 in the pattern.
That's a bit wonky. Never mind. Live up to my name. Clunky crafter. It's fine. If it's not a little bit wonky, it's not me. I named myself. It's fine. Yeah. It's my calling card. If it's not a little bit wonky, it's not me. You said that last time, Drew. So 2 at 1 1/4.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that
So-
is really wonky. Yep.
And then I want 2 of my plain pieces at 7 3/4 high. And again, at 1 1/4, so we need 2 of these.
Is that from the same bit of cardstock?
So I've got 2 in the pattern and I've got 2 in the plain. You can use whichever you want.
Well, I might just use the same again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is just how I did it, but you know, you can do it with whatever papers, plain or patterned, that you choose.
So what was the size of this next one?
So they are 7 3/4 high by 1 1/4.
Oh, so I'm going to need another bit then. 7 3. Oh, so we're doing the same again, just what I just did a minute ago?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly the same.
See. So 7 3/4. 4 of those, yeah.
Yeah, there's 4 of those.
7 3/4. So what was it again? 1 1/4.
1 1/4.
Get it straight, Ben. No, you can laugh at me as much as you like. I don't mind. I'm giving it a go. That's the main thing.
You're doing great.
I know I am so far.
Well, the good thing is it keeps me at the correct pace as well.
Well, it might be slow. It might be slowing a lot of people down. But you know, at least I'm like the lowest common denominator. So I can't think there's anyone who'll craft more slow or more clunky than me. So do you know what? It's all good. Right.
Perfect. It's perfect. Right. So we have got 2 of these. So these 2 pieces that we've got, they're at 8 inches high and they are 5.5 wide. We're going to score these. So you're going to bring your scoreboard in.
Can I put my guillotine away for now then?
Sorry?
Guillotine can go away.
Yes, that can go away for now.
Okay. Right, so
So on the short side, so when we say that, it means the short side to the top. That's the side that you're going to score down.
oh, okay. Yep.
I'm sorry, I don't know, I just do it. Everyone else has it this way, don't they?
Yeah.
But I don't.
So I need to have mine like that if I'm going.
Yeah, whichever is easiest for you. But no, you need to turn it round. So on the short side, that's
that?
better. Yeah.
Like that?
So it'll measure 5.5 inches across.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, fab. Right, so we're going to score. We saw your head.
Oh, sorry about that.
You've got a lovely head of hair.
Thank you. You have to. That's the other thing, George. If you're gonna have to say Ben head like that because I'll just keep doing that. You're gonna. Okay.
Right,
sorry.
so we're going to score at 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
All the way down. And then 2.5 inches.
Okay. And the tip with scoring is to do it like lightly but many times, isn't it?
Yes,
That's what
yeah.
I've learned in my crafting career.
Yeah, if you go down too hard, you can end up going off and end up in a different
Planet.
yeah. So just go down it a couple of times. It's always best, definitely. So
Yeah.
we're 1.5, 2.5, and then we're going to be 4,
Yeah.
and then 5.
5.
Yeah, and you're going to do the same with the other piece. So we're going to have the short side at the top,
Yeah.
and we're going to score down at 1.5.
1.5.
And 2.5. And 4.
Have you ever had a participant on your craft along before live in the studio?
Sorry?
Have you ever had anyone craft along with you live in the studio before?
Joe,
Oh.
you've done one before with me though, haven't you?
Have I?
Yeah, pretty sure you have. So we are scoring at 1.5, 2.5, 4 and 5.
Okay.
And then we're just going to give all these a good fold and burnish.
I haven't got a burnishing tool. Or can I just use my score?
Yeah, you should be able to use that.
Everyone is concentrating. You can't expect much talking out of me on this show. I've got to tell you that. That's one of the things you sacrifice. If I craft along, there's not a chance you're going to get much chat out of me. It's a miracle that my tongue's not stuck out.
There we go. So we've got our scored pieces, and this is what we're going to make our little tower pieces out of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! Look! Look, yeah, because you just, look. Hello, look at that. Look, tower piece.
There you go.
Yeah, all right. I just need to score me up a bit, though. Have you done both of them?
I have. I've scored both of mine.
Oh, wow, okay.
So they're both scored. So there's two ways you can do it here. So the inside piece, you can either glue that inside piece there, and then what is going to be your tab, you're going to bring it round. But what I did when I'd already built mine is I'd made it like this, and I could see this tab here. So I didn't like it. So what I did was, that's why I cut the piece of paper and I put it over that tab, and then it covered it so you don't see, let me just move that up, so you don't see that seam. So we're going to glue that piece in afterwards. So we're going to put glue all along our tab. We're just going to bring that over and we're going to glue it down. We're going to do that with both pieces.
Okay, can I use my tape pen here?
You can use whatever glue you want.
So glue in that small tab, so you've got your little tunnel, and you're putting the paper in afterwards, did you say?
I am, yeah, because it covers that tab up then.
Oh, cracking idea. I get you. Right.
So just this 1/2 inch tab is what we're going to put our glue on.
I always go for the tape pen, I don't know why.
Well, it's sort of instant, isn't it?
Yeah, which is worrying for someone like me who's not particularly, you know...
Who could do with the wiggle time?
I could do with the wiggle time, so I do make life a little bit more difficult for myself. But, oh, I've got a hair stuck on it as well.
So when I'm sticking mine down, I'll fold it back and forth just to make sure that it's exactly nice and straight, and then I'm just going to give it a little bit of a burnish. Look at that, see?
Hey?
Hey?
Oi, look at that. Hey? I've made a tube. Thank you very much. Good night. I'm done. Thank you. If I ever get asked to do a craft along now, say if none of you can turn up for whatever reason, today we're going to make a tube. 20 minutes, that's all it will take. Right. Next one. Go on, Ben, concentrate. That one on there. Oh, dear. Are we having fun, or is it just me? Do send your comments in, by the way. I know I haven't checked my tablet yet, but I will do. Any questions, I'll have a look for in just a second. Details are up on the screen for you.
So what I'm going to do, so I can see that my tab is, where my tab is, this is what this piece is going to do. It's going to cover it up. Just because it's that column or that tower and it's stood up, you sort of can see in and down. So that is what we're going to, why we're going to cover it up.
So one of those 4 strips across the bit that you've glued the tab.
Yeah.
So this probably is going to need...
It will, yeah, you will need wet glue because you're going to struggle to wiggle it down.
Wiggle it down. I've got a massive tub. Oh, oh no! That came out a bit quick.
Oh, have you got the big one?
Huh?
The big glue.
Yeah, it came out a bit quick, that. No, you're all good. I've got some tissue here. You're fine. There we go. Just get rid of that. Oh, no, it's on my... Oh, no. Oh, dear. That came out really quickly. I think I need like a... oh, it really is quick, isn't it?
You know, you can close the lid a bit so it comes out a bit slower.
Maybe that is a good idea. If only I'd known. Ah, oh, thank you, Erin. She's brought me a smaller one in. Oh. That should help me cause less chaos. Okay, yeah,
the smaller ones are easier to use. You've got a little bit more control, I think, on them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the good news is that bit of paper is not going to fall off. Yeah, that is stuck there forever. All right. Next one.
And then just if you're wanting to stick it down all the way to the middle, you're just going to use something long. I'm just going to use my burnishing tool. I'm just going to put it in there and just give it a press down. Turn it round and give it a press down. Or you can flatten it.
Oh yeah, you could just flatten it, couldn't you? Squish it down. Hey. Boom. I've got 2 tubes now.
So make sure that you give them a good wiggle and that they fold nice and flat both ways.
Yeah.
So just making sure that they fold flat. So there are 2 tubes. So obviously the bit with the patterning is going to go to the back. So we're going to put this plain piece on that front bit. And again, all we're going to do is just glue them into place.
Is that the other 2 bits I've cut?
Yes.
Oh, so I did mine the same?
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. No. Am I annoying you yet?
No. Okay. I have children. It's funny how that sentence didn't need anything other than
no.
I have children.
Am I annoying you? I have children. That's it. So just on the front outer bit. Pop that on. I'm glad I took your advice to use the old wiggly glue here.
Wiggly glue,
just gives you a bit more time, doesn't it?
It does.
You don't need a lot, do you, either?
No, you absolutely don't. A little goes a long way.
I tell you what, if I don't get any further than making these 2 tubes, I've made 2 absolutely beautiful
Done a good job on them.
tubes. I have.
So we've got our 2 tubes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in that 8x8 piece that's going to be the back,
Yeah.
and those 2 matten layers. And I'm just going to glue my pattern piece to that plain piece for now.
Cool. Stay. Good boy. Right, what are you doing now?
So those pieces that are going to be the back,
Yeah.
I've brought my patterned and my plain in.
Oh, yeah.
Just glued those 2 together.
Mike, can I go back to tape pen here?
You can.
Actually, no, I'm
absolutely.
not. I'm going to use the wet glue because I quite enjoyed that. Oh.
There we go. And then this is going to go in the middle. So the reason that I haven't glued this down yet is because when each of my towers are going to go on the sides, I'm going to use those just to eyeball exactly where it's going to go. So you can either glue that down now or glue those down. It's entirely up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my towers down.
Yeah.
And then I know that that's exactly where I want it to be.
So. Oh, yeah.
See? I told you it was easy.
Well, you've only done the first bit, so don't get too excited just yet. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Oh, yeah, so it does. What are you going to do first then? Your towers?
So I'm going to glue my towers. So you're just going to make sure that your edge here is right on the edge there.
Okay.
So just, if you want to squish it when you're holding it, to make sure that you can see exactly what you're doing and where it's going, just give it a press down there, let it pop up a little bit, and then because of the glue that we're using, you've got enough time to just turn it round, make sure that it's not hanging over the back, it's where you want it to be, and then we're just going to burnish it into place. And whenever I'm doing anything construction, I always use the collal because it gives me that time to wiggle it exactly where I want it to be.
Yeah.
So again, I'm just going to press those both sides so I know that they fold both sides. Again, I'm just checking that I'm right on the edge because sometimes it can wiggle out of place.
Yeah.
But then I'm quite happy with that. So I've got the paper, if I lift that up, on the back, and then I've got that plain on the front. So just going to do exactly the same with this side. So again, I'm just going to line those edges up. Hold it down for a second.
And then are we gluing the centre bit in?
Yes, and then we'll go on to that centrepiece.
I mean, I'm quite happy with this. It looks a little bit hashtag clunky, but I think that's not bad. Once I've glued that in there. Well, I haven't glued that bit in yet, but look at that. That's what it will look like. That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Come on, back of the net, as I'd say.
Right, so I'm gonna turn mine round so I can wiggle that exactly where I want it. Oh, excuse my head. But you can see, because you've got your 2 little towers on there, it just allows you to know exactly where this is going to go.
Oh. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. I've got... Oh, no, that's right, isn't it? So I've got the border, then the border, and there's a little bit of a border.
Yeah, you should have a border all the way around.
I have! Core blimey, Michelle. Core blimey. Yes, this is going well so far. Just double checking, see if we've got any messages coming through. You tell me when you want a little break, by the way.
Are we ready for a break now, do you think?
Do you reckon? I'm happy for a quick break. Just a few messages coming through, and we'll have a look at the sentiment statement box. There's loads coming in. So Judith says hello from, I'm not even going to pronounce that, DWYGFYLCHI, North Wales. Yes. Judith, how do you pronounce that? Dwiggy Filchi. It looks like Dwiggy Filchi, North Wales, but I know it's not pronounced that. The sun is shining. Gilmore says the colours in this paperback collection are gorgeous. Sandra says, Ben, not wonky, jaunty angle, yes. Good morning from Minnesota, says Mary Beth Doyle. My birthday today. Happy birthday! So I'm treating myself to a day of leisure. Of course, that will include crafting. Ben's got his dad glasses on, lol. Rosalind says, was there a reason why the strips weren't attached before closing the frame? I suppose you could have done that, could you? Oh no, it's because you covered up the...
Yeah, I did it to cover up that that seam that's on, obviously when you close it, I did it to cover up that seam. Because it's a tower, you can see down, and I just didn't want to be able to see it, so I mainly used that just to cover it up. But you absolutely could put the piece of paper on the other side before you close it, but you're still going to see that seam. So that's why I did that.
Sue King says, I'm watching and writing down the measurements so that I can make it later in my own time. Sylvia says, give your tubes a good wiggle. Oh, always wiggling me tubes. And then Shannon H says, I love these cards. Make them a lot of different ways. Right, keep the messages coming, keep the comments coming. Just worth, before we go to a little break, is to show you craft kit number 41, which is your statement sentiment dies craft kit. So again, we've got some of the statement sentiment dies coming up for your Monday makers a little bit later on, but if you want to dip your toe in the water and just give these a little bit of a try, you can do. You've got 2 exclusive dies in this. Don't forget, if you have already got the collection, which we showed you earlier on this morning, you won't have the 2 dies that are in here. They're exclusive to the box. You've got your clear stamps in here as well. So there's 9 stamps, 2 dies, 24 envelopes and card blanks, plus you've got your ribbon, card, printed papers and crystal gems within that as well. 20% saving on box 41 today, so it's £15.99 platinum or $15.99 if you're shopping with us in the US as well. Over 195 elements. We are going to take a short little break and come back with more. Any more questions you've got, anything you want to throw away, do that now. And also, if you've got stuff in your baskets, get checking them out. We will come back with more. We'll also check in on Amy in just a bit too after this short little break.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours. I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up. I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Welcome back. Just been checking the socials. I think we're doing all right, actually. There's no kind of questions that come through which we've tackled, which is fine. I think generally everybody looks to be up to speed and crafting along with us, which is great. I think. Did you want to look at the boards now? Did you say, or are we going to have a chat with Amy? All right. So we'll go and quickly drop in and see how Amy's getting on. How's it going, Amy? Are you up to speed? Is it all good?
My tubes. I have my...
Fabulous.
Looks amazing. It's fun, isn't it?
It is fun.
Yeah. Are you celebrating as much as I am with every little bit of glue, every little piece of
I
paper?
am like, yes.
Well, good news that you're up to speed. And very quickly, I'll show everybody all of the goodies that you're going to get if you decide to go for this collection as well. So let's just quickly do that. And then we'll get cracking on with the next part of the craft along. I'm so excited about this. I was just saying to Michelle in the break with ones that I've done previously, I've got like a little... I suppose like a little bit of a trophy cabinet of my best makes, and this is going in there. I mean, this is amazing. We've got the Woodland Beauty collection within the full set, so that's all about creating that 3D forest scene. You're also going to receive here as well the beautiful Celebrate Your Day. So again, it's that balloon arch, it's the present, it's the bunting and the balloons, all the dies that you need to be able to cut out your stamped elements. Then you've got this collection right here, which is the one that we're going to be concentrating on, the butterfly borders, which is the little girl in the garden with the butterflies, with that gorgeous archway and trellis. Love the fact that you've got the textured stamps in here as well for your grass and your brickwork and your wood. And then you've got the final set, which is your simple pleasure, which is the little girl on the swing there with the gate and the archway. Really gorgeous, and I think the last two mix together quite nicely. If you want to go on a two for, you can. Two for £50 or $60. So what's that? Two for £40 or $48 if you are a platinum member. But I think, you know what, if you love the concept of this, if you love the idea, it is absolutely worth going for the full collection. And the great thing, of course, you've got all the instructions included, and you've got this craft along to do when you get your collection, so you're not going to be stuck for ideas straight off the bat. You've got an amazing project to tackle. Right, let us get back into it. Where do we go next?
Right, so what we're going to do next is we're just going to pop that to the side, and you're going to bring in a piece of white card.
Right. And
you're going to get a piece of plain card. So it's going to be your strip across the bottom that we're going to do. So I'm going to pick a greenish colour, sort of to represent my grass.
I think I'm going to come back over because I've got like the bigger paper. I think it'll confuse me if I go with that.
So there's either that one or there's that pad there as well. It's entirely up to you.
What are we doing? Grass?
Yes. Yep, perfect.
How many pieces?
You'll just need one.
Okay. That and that.
Perfect, yeah, sorted. Right, you're going to bring your guillotine in.
Okay.
And again. So we're going to cut it 8 inches wide. And we're going to cut this one at 2 inches deep.
At what, 2?
2 inches deep, yeah. And you're going to do exactly the same with your coloured card. So this is already 8 inches wide because it's from my 8x8 pack. So
that's why I took that piece, you see, make it easier. Yeah. So 8 inches wide we've got, and then what you say? 2 inches.
There we go. So we have just got... So I've cut this piece because it just strengthens that piece to be...
So it's the same size?
Yes, exactly the same size.
Okay.
So they're both 2 inches by 8 inches.
Okay.
And then you're going to bring your stamping platform in. And where is my dice? Oh, it's there. It's under my card. So we're going to bring this in and we're going to get the stamp out of here that is the grass.
I've managed to cut that slightly shorter.
You're going a bit wonky?
A little bit.
Let's just get that off. Oh, it's
No, that's
well,
fine. I'll go with it. Which one are we going for? The grass?
Yes.
I can't be bothered to correct it. Right.
Oh, mine's gone what? Oh, I've cut mine. I thought I'd cut mine wonky then.
What you did? What?
I thought I'd gone wonky.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's a bit wonky. It's all about, it's the charm of it, isn't it?
That's it.
That's what I keep telling myself.
So it's a little bit longer, so it depends. It's entirely up to you if you want to stamp it further to the top or to the bottom or in the middle. It really doesn't matter. But we're going to place it right in the middle. And then we're going to...
So the grass right in the middle.
Yeah. And you're going to bring in your quick dry ink pad. I've got the pine tree, again, whichever green that you're wanting to use.
Can I just say, it's the first time I've used the stamping platform.
Oh, is it?
Very excited. So, what am I using here? Pine tree?
Yeah. Or if you've got, well, I'm not sure which one I give you. I don't know if
Pine tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, the only other option I've got is brown, and I know that grass is generally green.
Wait,
Apart from if you are in my garden, where a lot of it is brown.
So
Okay.
then we're just going to move it across. Just going to let it overlap a little bit. Let me move that and put it there. I don't necessarily need to go all the way to the edges because, again, those edges are going to be covered.
Yeah.
And your little, what is that called?
What?
This piece.
Arch.
Archway,
Trellis.
that's it. So your little archway, when it comes down, it's going to sit over those bits that overlap. So you don't need to worry about that. But we're just going to stamp it all the way across.
Okay. Have you got like a little bit of gap at the bottom where you're...
Yeah, there's a little bit of gap at the bottom.
Okay. Ooh, that's come out quite... it's quite... Ooh, isn't it? Quite... Ooh.
Oh, that is nice.
That's what I thought.
Bold.
Nice. Bold. Bold.
So what you can do, because this one's 2 inches wide, if you're not quite happy about that seam-ish, or whatever you want to call it at the bottom, you can either just cut it 1/4 inch shorter, or what you can do is you can take your stamp and put it down to the bottom and overlap it with a lighter or a darker ink. Then you've sort of like got 2 layers of grass there.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up to you. It didn't bother me having that sort of border at the bottom, so I'm just going to carry on.
You know what? I'm with you. No, I'm just carrying on.
The thing is, a lot of it, you're not necessarily going to see it because we're going to have 2 more in front of it anyway. So you're not really going to see that at the bottom, not unless you literally go looking for the mistake on someone's card and you're like, ooh, you've missed a bit
And if
there.
you are, shame on you for being that person. Oh, now I'm a bit out of kilter.
There we go. I'm not too bothered that I've missed a little bit there because, again, that's going to be hidden. Let me just move that.
Oh, that'll do. My grass is, I think, a bit wonky, but you know
Well,
what?
grass isn't level, is it?
Hey?
Grass isn't level.
No.
Well-
And again, not in my garden.
No. And all we're going to do is we're just going to glue that down onto that white piece of card.
That'll do. That'll do.
And again, the white piece of card is there, it just strengthens it. Because it does fold?
Fold?
Because it does fold flat,
Yeah.
you don't want it to be bowing. You want that nice, you want the strength there when you put it on. Right, so you're going to bring this in. And this is just going to go on here. And I've left this 8 inches wide because this is 8 inches wide. It just helps you to judge exactly. So if your little tower pieces are leaning in a little bit,
Yeah.
you know just to pull them out when you glue this down. And it's going to be exactly where you want it to be. So all we're going to do now is we're going to glue each side down there.
Okay. Are you using wet glue again?
I am, yeah. I find it easier, especially when you're wanting to wiggle it into place. So I'm just gonna, and you're just gonna have a little bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a play to make sure that everything's nice and straight and level. And then when I know this has gone off enough, but I've still got enough room to, or time to wiggle, I'm just going to fold it to the side. And you'll feel it'll just adjust a little bit there. And then you're going to bring it back up and you're going to just wiggle it to the other side. And then you're going to know it's exactly where you want it to be. So I'm quite happy with that. So again, so once I've got my next towers, you're not going to see those bits there. And then when I've put my arch, it's going to cover that, so you're not going to get that seam. So we're going to pop that to the side.
Hey!
Are you doing it?
Not doing too bad, bit clunky, but generally
Perfect.
good. That's going to the
Perfect.
side now, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So pop that to the side. So you're going to bring a piece of your craft card in,
Yeah.
and we're going to die cut this out. And
Do I need my grass stamp again?
not, you will do, but not yet.
Not now.
So all we're going to do is we're going to just die cut this one out for now. Let me get those few bits out of there.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut this down because we're going to run our flowers through as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of the craft card. Then I'm going to get all my flowers and my little foliage.
Yeah.
And I'm going to die cut them out of some of my pattern, my plain card.
So trellis through the craft card.
Yeah. And then your flowers with some of your coloured card.
Okay. Oh.
You throwing everything everywhere?
Yeah, of course I am. It's going all over the place. I haven't got any low tack tape, but I should be all right in here, shouldn't I? Should be. Shall I chance it? I'm going to chance it. If it doesn't work, I'll just run it through again.
Right, what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to pick some of these colours for our flowers. So I'm going to go orange, yellow, and there's a lovely pink. There we go. Oh, and I need a green.
So now you're...
So
oh, okay.
Yep, so pick some colours for your flowers.
Yep.
And some colours for your foliage.
Flowers. So I go yellow and pink. Yellow, pink and green. I can use the big cardstock that I've got here now, can't I?
Yes.
Can I come and get a pokey chill off you?
Yeah, have you not got one?
Yeah. Good morning to Alison. Astrid says, hello everyone. The rain stopped. The sun is trying to come out here in Oxfordshire. Who else is in? Looking fabulous, Ben. Thank you, Mary Reno. And Shannon says, I'm hungry. Stomach growling. Going to make cinnamon rolls now. Catch up later. Have a great day. Oh, what? What? Bailing out on us for cinnamon rolls. Right, so how many flowers are you making?
So we're just going to cut out enough just for that one back archway. So 6 or 7, 8 or 9.
10 or 11?
Did you see where I'll go in then?
Yeah. Well, I'm just sort of copying roughly what you're doing flower-wise. Yellow. I've never had so much fun.
I'm
An hour's
enjoying
gone
it.
by almost
I know.
already. Can you believe that? That's gone quick. So foliage. In there. A bit more foliage. And then, oh, you've got your magnetic mat there, haven't you?
I have, yeah. It's making it a little easier.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do a bit of tape in here, I think.
This is, I think this is the one time that I use it this way. I tend to have my sandwich the other way, but when I'm wanting to cut out lots of little flowers and stuff, I tend to do it this way. It just makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
and having to tape them all down.
See, I probably should have used one of our electronic machines, but I'm so kind of used to using the MIDI.
Yeah.
If I can do the project with a manual, it's just what I prefer really, because it's simplicity.
Without the electricity.
Yeah. Exactly. So, am I going to chance that and hope nothing slips? Oh, no.
Did they move?
They did.
Oh,
But it doesn't
no.
matter. Right there. Stay where you're told. Stay. Are you running like one set through and then going through again to cut more?
Well, I've put, if you see mine, I've got lots of different ones underneath, so
Oh, yeah.
it's going to be a little bit quicker for me, I think. So just running that through, and again, because there's lots of little flowers, it is easier if you've got that magnetic shim in there. But yeah, it still runs through your minute and your MIDI.
Yeah.
Just will take you that little bit longer, that's all.
Yeah. I've got a good result there though, to be fair.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm just going to run it just through again, just to cut some more foliage. Nice that you can use the different machines though, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, if you are more of a an electronic cutter or a manual cutter.
Yeah, definitely.
Let us know which machines you use at home, by the way. Genuinely interested to know. Get in touch on the socials. Which is your machine of choice? Which is your machine of choice at home?
So I have a MIDI.
Right.
And I tend to use that for lots of my smaller sentiments.
Okay.
But normally I've just got my normal size Gemini. That's the one that I always go to.
Amy agrees. That's what she does as well.
Yeah, I think that MIDI or your mini, for the smaller flowers, when you only need a couple or that sentiment or, you know, just a little word die, things like that, it just seems, just makes more sense to just use your smaller one.
Yeah. No, you're right. I've got a bit more foliage there. A couple of them slipped.
So I am just going to run that back through because I want a little bit more foliage.
So I reckon I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got about 10 flower heads and 4 pieces of foliage.
Oh, it's more than enough.
Is that enough?
Yeah, because we're just gonna decorate that arch as if, you know, it's growing some beautiful summer flowers.
Okay.
So as many as you want to put on there. I wish you could see Ben. Concentration face. We do. So all in all, we're going to need 3 arches.
3 arches?
We are, but I'm building it up layer by layer rather than die cutting lots of stuff out and then putting it to the side. Because I'm thinking if we only get onto the second layer, at least everyone knows how to do the third one. Or I might only want 2 layers on there.
Well, that's right.
Right, so we're going to bring this in, and this is where your fryer brown comes in. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of ink. It just makes that embossing detail down the bottom just pop out a little bit.
Okay, is that with the fryer brown?
Yeah, so your water reactive fryer brown.
Yep.
Just a little bit on there.
Oh, yeah.
Just really brings out that embossing detail. You can go around the edges if you want as well.
I'm having the most fun.
I'm glad.
Astrid just says, plus using the MIDI, Ben, is the green option. Yes, it is. Saving power.
Absolutely.
Rhonda says, MIDI's my machine of choice unless I have to batch make and then it's the OG or the Pro. I use the Gemini and recently got a mini for the smaller dice, says Julie. It's nice to have the sort of the combination of the, like, one manual, one electronic, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just going to use my dotted tape pen to put these on here. So just as if they were growing up around that archway in your garden.
You actually sort of like threading them through the little holes?
I'm not, I'm
Oh,
just
you're not.
putting them on top. But you could do, I suppose.
Yeah. So dotty tape pen for the more intricate sticks.
Yep.
Oh, that is a big vine there.
And then you're just going to bring in your flowers and put as many or as few of these on as you want. But
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little tacky glue, just because it's in my little bottle. But you could just put a bit of tape on the back. It works just as well.
Yeah.
Dip that off a little bit. And I'm going to put this one here. So where these two have got sort of that join,
Yeah.
I'm going to pop a flower over it, and then it's going to look a lot prettier.
Oh, I see. So you've done like, I see what you've done to make it look like the whole thing has gone a bit higher.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm copying. Like being back at school. We try and sit next to the intelligent kid in class.
I always sat next to the intelligent kid.
Well,
I want
I
that.
was about to say, surely you were the intelligent kid. Come on.
I wasn't. No, I was the mid-intelligent.
Mid-intelligent. Was it a case of could have been the most intelligent if you'd worked a bit harder? Because
I think if I'd have applied myself,
Yeah, that was
definitely
me.
done a lot better.
Definitely me. Do a little pink one this side. Thing is, makes me laugh. When I try and like craft along, I'm obviously trying to do your messages. I'm listening to the guy, and like James just going, "When we have a break, we'll do those 8x8 pads." I'm like, "What? Where am I gonna?" Seriously, no, it'll be fine. And they say men can't multitask, eh?
Right, I think you're doing a great job of multitasking.
Thank you. Heidi says, I absolutely love watching Ben craft. Thank you. Ben, it's great to see you crafting along. Your expressions when you have nailed it. So enjoyable. genuine excitement, by the way. I'm just, uber excited to be... Thank you for the opportunity, Michelle. Thank you for the opportunity.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah. Suze is saying, I use my mini for small items and my Cuttlebug for basic shapes, large Gemini for intricate dies. And Betty Gossel, Betty from Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, says, I use my MIDI every day. It's my go-to machine as well. How many flowers are you sticking on there? Oh, doing some at the top as well.
Yeah, but don't put them uniform. Sort of stagger them so they look better.
Look better, yeah. God, if only you'd said that a minute ago.
I just assumed that you knew.
No, it's fine.
So I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that in and we're going to sit it. So you can sit that as far down or as high up as you want, because if you remember, we've got another one, so the next layer is going to cover that up. So I'm going to put that a little bit higher. So I'm just going to have that maybe 1/4 of an inch away from the top.
Okay. What are you using there? Your wet glue?
So I'm going to use wet glue, but it's entirely up to you which one you want to use.
Might go wet again. How's Amy getting on? I can see you in the bottom of my screen. You doing okay, Amy? Thumbs up? Yes. Oh, yeah, marvellous stuff. Yep, all up to speed.
Perfect.
All looking. We'll come to you in just a few moments. Sticking on the archway. Hey! Oh! This is good. I know this is going on the shelf. Even if it doesn't go any further than where it's at now, this is going on the shelf, mate.
Love it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Right, so I'm just pressing those down. If you want a bit of added extra strength to that, just layer up another one. But you've got to remember it's going to be stood up anyway, so it's not going to sort of sag back, so to speak. It's only sagging down because we've got it laid down, but once it's stood up, it's going to be stood up.
Mate, I'm right up for that. I'm like proper. Yeah. I mean, that is yes. Oh, sorry, that doesn't look great, does it? That. Yes. Anyway.
Are we taking a break there then?
I don't know. What are we doing, guys? We can take a little break. Did you want to show those pads, did you say? I'll show you the pads because I've been using those. The pads down here. This is such a lovely project, says Mary. Isn't it a lovely project? It's great. Astrid says, you know, Ben, with that waistcoat on with your glasses, when you're bent over concentrating, you remind me of the toy maker Geppetto from Pinocchio. You would definitely suit the role of being a toy maker.
I'll see that.
Erin says, I look more like Mr. Rogers. I watched that movie with Tom Hanks, Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood. That was such a good movie. I didn't really know much about Mr. Rogers, but it was very interesting. It's a great movie. Right, so the pads, the 8x... I can take these off now. The 8x8 Spring Fever pad collection. So yeah, this is what I've been using to create my backgrounds on my card. That was one of the sheets there. Really lovely actually, because you've got kind of like always some of these like that wicker basket sort of effect going on. You've got lovely florals in here, sort of zigzag chevrons, spots. That's lovely, lovely paper. I love that one. Really bright, fun colours in here. Perfect for, yes, of course, your springtime crafting, but I think as well, if you're just wanting a pop of colour, love those hearts as well for your more romantic cards, Valentine's Day maybe. Yeah, but if you want bright, bold colours for a particular project, this is a lovely pad to go for. It is your Spring Fevers in the 8x8, and you're also going to get in the collection the matching cardstock. So that's double-sided, and that is, what is it, 240 GSM. So what we've managed to do in those 32 sheets is bring you the perfect cardstock that's going to work with the papers there. It all matches up absolutely beautifully. £11.94 for those, or $14.50 if you are a platinum member. Right, I think we are going to have a quick little break talking about Club Inspire. Time for you to check out your baskets. Time to get any more questions in. We'll catch up with Amy very shortly, and we will do the next step of our project after this short break.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now.
Welcome back. We are moving on at a pace here. We've got the last, I can't believe an hour and 10's gone. 15 minutes to go. Shadai says, I'm just mesmerised, even though I've had a tiring shift. I'm loving this. Amelia says, I love watching Ben craft. Thank you, Michelle, for a very creative card. And Bubble and Squeak says, this is a nice card. Would also work with a stenciled earth and sky with a house behind it, etc. Yeah, absolutely would. I think, yeah, if you change the background up. Again, you've got plenty to craft away with here. We're going to get moving because time is running away with us. So what do we need to do next?
So what we're going to do next is we're going to make, so the next layer. So if I hold that, so we're going to be making these ones. Okay. So these towers. And so it's pretty much what we did. They're just not going to be as tall, so slightly different measurements on the height. So the back ones were 8 inches high. These are going to be 7 inches high. So you're going to want 2 pieces at 7 inches. And again, they're going to be 5.5 wide.
7 inches.
So 2 pieces at 7 by 5.5. And again, we're going to bring in, so we're going to get a couple of pieces of patterned and plain. So for the inside and the outside. So we're going to cut down from 7 inches. So we're going to go 6 3/4 of an inch high.
Oh, hang on a minute. So 7, so that's that one. Then the pattern paper's what?
So, so it's going to be 6 3/4 of an inch high by 1 1/4 wide.
So I'm going to need a little bit of paper, I think. 6 3/4 high.
By 1 1/4 wide.
I'm going to need a little bit of paper.
Plain or patterned?
Do I need the pattern one, I think?
So I've gone
Or different
patterned on
colours?
the middle, plain on the outside, but it's entirely up to you.
What colour did I... oh, I don't know what colour to use now. I used like the...
You had, well, you had that deep purple on the back,
Yeah,
which is the first one in there.
that one.
Yeah. That'll look nice.
What am I cutting that to again?
So 6 3/4 high.
6 3/4.
By 1 1/4 wide.
Oh, yes.
And you'll need 2 of those.
Okay.
And while we've got our guillotine out, we're going to cut the piece that's going to go across the bottom as well. So we're going to cut a piece that's 8 inches wide.
In the white.
Yeah, in white, sorry.
8 inches wide, yeah.
And this is going to be 1 1/2 inches high. And again, pick a green that you want on the front of this, because this is going to be that bar across. So,
What is it, 8?
yes, 8 inches wide.
My card's a bit shorter than that. It's really weird. 8 inches wide, 1 1/2.
Yeah.
Fine.
Right. So then we're going to score our 2 columns. So we're just going to put our pieces of card just to the side for now. So those we don't need. We're going to score these. We're going to score them exactly the same. So we're going to put our short side to the top, so the 5.5 inches to the top, and we're going to score at 1 1/2.
Yeah.
2 1/2. 4.
4 and 5.
Yeah. Oh, look at you.
Oh, going on.
And exactly the same on your second piece. So the 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 4 and 5. Just move that. And then we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to score and burnish all these. We're going to glue it closed.
Yeah.
We're going to put the pattern paper on the inside, covering that seam up, and the plain piece on the outside.
Okay, let's have a look at a few comments coming through. Lots of people loving my work, producer Jamie says. Well, that's good to know. What was the comment you said, Jamie, a few minutes ago, which was quite funny? Someone said it's nice to see someone less experienced giving it a go. No, I take that with the love that it's meant. Yeah, I know it is nice. Although I've not finished it yet, whoever said that. Bubble and Squeak says, Ben, I was thinking you look more like Professor Yaffle from Bagpuss. Remember Professor Yaffle? He was a woodpecker.
I do.
Used to love that show. With the mice, wasn't it? We will fix it, we will fix it.
Yes.
He will mend it. Our US viewers probably have no idea. Did you get Bagpuss in the US? I don't know. He was a pink and white striped fluffy cat.
I used to love that. I used to love it when I was off school for the day, if I was ill. It used to come on around about dinner time, didn't it?
On BBC Two.
Yeah.
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 That or Pigeon Street.
Pigeon Street! If you live on Pigeon Street, here are the people that you will meet. I loved that show because it had Long Distance Clara on it.
Yes.
And she used to Long Distance Clara coming round the bend, and she always used to be just driving up and down the motorways, didn't she? With like she'd have like a really weird cargo each and every week.
Yeah.
She'd be like, I don't know, delivering, I can't think of it, it'd be random stuff, like she'd have a cargo of lions or something.
Yes, she did. Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Long Distance Clara. She won't still be driving up and down the roads now with the price of petrol, will she? Short Distance Susie she'll probably be called now. The TV shows, eh? That and the Wombles I used to really like too.
The Wombles.
Remember the Wombles
I loved
of Wimbledon?
the Wombles. The Flumps. Can you remember the Flumps?
No, I don't remember it. My favourite was Pootle. Remember Pootle?
No.
He was the little baby flump who wore a little white bobble hat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I do.
I liked Pootle. He was cute. Did you guys get any of these TV shows in the US? I forget how young you are, George. Jamie, have you heard of any of those shows? You heard of Bagpuss? But only from your parents saying them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gee whiz. When were you born, 87? Yeah, I suppose Bagpuss and stuff like that had probably finished around about that time.
It's funny, we were all talking, we were having our tea a couple of weeks ago, and Jamie said, he said, I know I look old, but I'm only 30 summer.
Now hang on a minute, I've got my purple bits here. These are going to go in this middle, aren't they?
Your purple bits can go on the inside and your patterned on the outside. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, I haven't cut any patterned, have I? No, I haven't cut any patterned.
You should have cut 4 pieces,
Oh, I
2
didn't.
patterned, 2 plain.
I didn't.
What
I'll
you
cut
like?
some patterned in a second. You have to tell me the size of those again. What were they? 8?
7 3/4 by 1 1/4.
7 3/4 by 1 1/4. And we're sticking it over the join again, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, so my patterns are on the inside, if you can see, look. Yeah, so these 2 white pieces that I've cut are 7 inches high by 5.5 wide, and then the 2 patterned and the 2 plain are 7, just shorter than the 7, so you're going to go 6 3/4 of an inch high by 1 1/4 of an inch wide for all 4.
Right, need my pattern. What colour pattern paper? Oh, that pattern paper. So what was the measurements again? No, I was sticking something on and I was reading comments and what was it again?
No, it's all right.
7
we
what?
go at your pace.
Yeah.
So 6 3/4 of an inch high.
Come on, my leg out. 6 3/4 of an inch high.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Sorry. Oh no, that's what I'm going to need another. I'll use this. 6 3/4 of an inch high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what was it?
1 1/4 inch wide.
1 1/4 inch wide. I only need 2 of those, don't I?
You do.
Yes. Did you say yes?
I did.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you because of the thing. 1 1/4 of an inch. It's rough.
I can just hear you mumbling to yourself. So while you've got your guillotine out,
oh yeah.
Get your acetate.
Oh God, where's that?
Do you want me to cut you a slice?
Yeah, if you're probably quicker.
So your acetate's going to be the same width. So we're going to cut that at 8 inches wide. And you're going to cut it at 1 inch deep. So it's going to be 8 by 1.
Okay. Are you cutting my piece of the project?
I am.
Okay, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
We want to be finished by Christmas. Okay.
There you go.
Where's it? I can't see it. I
I think it's got a film on it as well, so you need to get that off.
Oh, how do you know whether... Oh yeah, it's a bit cloudy, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you know which side it's on?
I don't know.
Oh yeah!
Have you got it?
Yeah. I just sort of
Yeah.
poked me tool into it.
Yeah, just you poke a tool on the corner and it just pulls it up. Right, so this piece of acetate is going to go here. So what I tend to do is I will glue that piece of acetate to the back of here, so then I know that it's going to be exactly to the top of there.
So you're joining the 2 tubes that you've just created with the acetate at the top?
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Does it, and what would you glue that with now?
I'm going to use my red liner tape.
But it doesn't. I suppose it doesn't matter because you won't see it, will you?
Well, you're not going to see it, so it doesn't matter what you use. So you can use just your tacky glue.
Can I use tape pen?
Yeah, tape pen will be fine.
So to the top of the tube, line it up at the top.
Because if you line your acetate to the tops of these, you know it's exactly level. You're not going to go a little bit wonky.
Well, you don't, wouldn't you?
No.
Oops, sorry, slam that down.
So just very carefully put that on there.
Yeah.
And I know because it's 8 inches wide, so I know that it can go right to the edge of each piece of my tower, and I'm going to get it exactly where I need it to be.
So, oh, you're still sticking that on my head now.
Are you ahead?
Fun watching Ben Crafts, says Eleanor. Hi to Suzette Suze, who's joined us. Rosa says, this is my first time watching. I'm loving the show. Thank you. It's not always as hectic as this, just let you know, and I don't always interrupt proceedings as well as much as I'm doing today.
And then we're just going to glue them down. Have you glued yours down?
What, the acetate?
So you've glued your acetate.
Yeah.
Now we're going to glue the backs of our tower
to stick onto
the base
project.
card.
Will you, question from Bubble and Squeaky says, will there be a downloadable sheet somewhere with all the measurements? So would you be able to, I suppose, put the measurements up on your page maybe later on?
Yeah, I can do that, no problem.
Lovely. If you follow Michelle McCarthy CC, Facebook and Insta, we can get all those details there. And this we're just popping right to the bottom, I guess, yeah?
Yeah. And it should just sit nice and straight and lovely.
Oh. Yes.
Have you got it?
Huh?
Have you got it?
It's a little bit...
A little bit wonky.
I mean, only if you were one of those people that you were talking about earlier on that don't exist, that go around looking at people's cards up close, going, that's a bit wonky, that is. He's not stuck that on properly.
So again, just putting So if you've got your embossing tool, just give it a wiggle in there. And then you can see it folds flat beautifully both ways.
Yeah.
So there we go. So what we're going to do is, so this piece that we've just cut, is that my piece?
Oh, this is the next.
Yeah, so this is going to be our piece that goes over there. So again, we're going to stamp this. That isn't, where's my piece? Yep, so be getting your stamp out again. I just need to cut this piece
So the
down.
good thing is, even though I've obviously slowed everybody down, slowed you down, slowed Amy down, slowed the whole world down, even if we only got like to this section, as long as we had the measurements for the next column,
Yeah,
we're
you've
kind of good
already
to go,
got
aren't
them.
we? I've got to move out the box, sorry, I'm busy. I've cut that already, haven't I?
So we're going to stamp that. We're going to bring our stamping platform back in.
Where's my stamping platform gone? Oh, there. Okay.
And then we're just going to stamp it up again. And again, you don't have to go all the way to the edges if you don't want. We're definitely going to put it in the middle, but then by the time that you've put it at each side, it goes all the way to the edge anyway. So this is, again, so this is going to be a little shorter than this stamp. So it's going to totally fill the whole piece up. You're not going to get that little border at the bottom. Let me just get rid of that. And again, so your back one that you did could be in a darker ink than your fronter one.
Your fronter one?
Your fronter one. Than the one in front.
The fronty one.
To give you that, you know, that depth.
Oh, I don't think I've cut mine big enough because my grass is hanging off the top.
It will, because this is a bit shorter.
Oh, fine. Did you already say that?
Yes.
Oh, apologies. Sorry.
Also, my grass I've cut here is a little bit darker, but so it's quite light on there, but I actually like that.
Right.
But again, you know, depending on the look you're going for.
I know what I'm doing.
There we go.
Oh, you're losing the plot here.
So,
That one. Ben crafts like me, says Beth. He talks to himself as he does it. I think most of you talk to yourself as well, don't you?
I do.
I think it helps.
It does when I'm doing it here. You've probably heard me sort of muttering away to myself. Shall I put this there? Shall I do that? And I think you do. It's because you need the expert opinion, you see.
Because what?
You need an expert opinion, so you talk to yourself.
Is that why I'm talking to myself?
Well, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Well, if you're talking to yourself, you are getting an expert opinion. I don't know what I'm getting when I'm talking to myself. I just know how it feels for everybody else the rest of the time. Shut up, Ben.
And then we're going to, exactly the same, we're going to glue that onto our white piece of card. Mine green is a little bit shorter, but it doesn't matter because I know my white piece underneath is the 8x8 white. Well, the 8 inches wide, not 8x8.
Okay.
So I know it's going to sit perfectly.
And there. Like that. Oh, that would do. It's not wonky, it's uniquely handcrafted, says Bubble and Squeak. I'll go with that.
Exactly.
To be honest, so far, this is the least wonky project I think I've made.
That's good.
I mean, there's still a while to go here. And a few people just saying thank you to you, Michelle, for putting up the details later on your page for the measurements and whatnot.
Oh, that's all right. And as you can see, that they're quite nice, simple measurements. There's nothing too difficult about it. So it's coming together nicely. It just, again, I think with most of my projects, just takes a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, but as I say, the good thing about this is even if we don't get it finished, because I've, as I say, slowed everybody up, is that the fact that you kind of, as long as you have the measurements for the next tube, you know exactly what you need to do.
That's it. That's exactly it.
We're all good. Good in the hood. Oh, hello. Oh well.
Have you gone a bit wonky?
My grass is really wonky, but I don't really care.
That's all right.
It's windy. It is windy. It's that's it, Jamie. Windy grass. Right. So that's going on there. I think I'm slightly behind you.
Only a little.
So where's that going now then?
So that just straight at the bottom again, and because the one behind it is 2 inches and this is 1.5,
yeah,
you're still going to be able to see, like I was saying, just the tops of that piece behind. So then we're just going to cut out another arch and a few more flowers to go on that front piece.
Okay. Oh, Amy just said, can you show the side of it so you can see the acetate part?
The side. I like that. So from the top, the acetate's running across there. Yeah, is that good? Perfect. Right, so you're going to cut another one of these out. Where's my craft piece that I've already done? And you're going to decorate it with flowers again.
Okay.
As many as or as few as you want.
So same again, right? So we're cutting the arch in the craft card.
Yeah.
And then just whatever you want as far as the flowers are concerned.
Yeah.
All righty then. Comments, questions. Paul says, do we get to see what Ben makes next to the one you make? I mean, well, we can, but we're not going to make a competition out of this, Paul, if that's what you're, if that's what you're wondering. Jamie wants to do a vote of the show. I'm more, you don't want to see my final make. I'm more interested to see Michelle's and also Amy's, who's crafting along with us as well. This card makes me think of the song "We're Going to the Chapel and We're Going to Get Married," says Samantha. Looks like a wedding venue. It does, doesn't it? And we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're married. Yeah, it does sound like that. Look like that. Ben, you have to talk to yourself because the cats are too judgmental, says Evie. I know exactly what you're talking about. Right.
Yeah.
Next bit then. My goodness me, what a mess. You're not having fun crafting until you're making a mess, right, everybody?
Absolutely.
Is that that's half the fun, isn't it?
That's most of the fun.
What makes me laugh though, I'm making a right old mess, and Michelle earlier on was saying, "Oh, look at my side of the studio. It's so neat and tidy." Look at it now.
It's a little bit of a mess.
Little bit of a mess.
But you can't be doing a craft along and tidying up as you go along, or it'd be called tidy along.
That is very true. And how much fun does a tidy along sound?
Exactly.
Not any fun at all.
No, definitely not.
We've only got 25 minutes left in show. Gotta hurry up. Don't forget, if you want to get any of these goodies, the details are on your screen right now. I wouldn't put me in the box, I'm moving all over the place. Details are on your screen right now for the 3D Scene Builder dies. That's the best way to go for all of them. You get all the stamps and the dies in there. However, if you want to go on a two for, you can do that as well. Two for £50, two for $60. So, lots of reasons to shop and pick these up. I just think, actually, and Jamie was joking about this just a few minutes ago, saying, oh, you want to make one of these cards for your daughter because she'd enjoy doing this. It is her birthday coming up on the 13th of July. So, potentially either make her a card with one of these, or, as I said earlier on, I think this is going to be the kind of kit that you'll have a lot of fun crafting along with the little ones and the rest of the family, because it's like, especially if you make this card, lots of people can have their own little jobs, can't they?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone can be in charge of the scoring and, making the tubes, making the flowers as well. I think absolutely. Do your kids craft with you or not really?
Alice does.
Yeah.
Not necessarily with me.
No.
She likes to take over. But she's really quite good, actually. She's very much like me. She can look at something, can know how it works,
Right.
and sort of make it.
Yeah. Is she? Did I dream it, or is she very artistic, like good at drawing?
She is.
Yeah,
She's,
that's what you said before.
Yeah, she's taking art for her GCSEs.
Ah, yes. I thought you'd said.
So I told her, I said, you can't be taking my Spectrum Noir, my classics and stuff. And she's like, yeah, I am. But they are artistic quality. So,
Oh, yeah.
so they're brilliant for her. She's absolutely used them many times. She's very good.
Is that something you reckon she'll go into in later life?
No, I think she's going to go into music.
Oh, okay.
Because she's taking art and music. I think they're her main GCSEs that she enjoys.
What instruments does she play?
Guitar.
Oh, okay.
And she plays the bass as well. She's been writing her own songs at the minute.
Oh.
And they're really good.
Britain's Got Talent?
She hasn't got the confidence, I don't think, to do that.
Oh.
But which would be a shame because...
You have to give them like a little push in the right direction, because my Daisy was always like that. Like she'd always sing and dance around the house, and she always sort of said she wanted to do some sort of performance. And then one year she just decided that I helped her out. She wanted to do the school talent show.
Yeah.
It was so sweet. She did A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman with her friend.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed it and whatnot at home, and it was the best thing ever, because she was always known as such a lovely kid, but always very, very shy. You know,
Yeah.
she's a bit like me when I was younger. She never wanted to put her hand up in class and whatnot. Honestly, up until I was, I know you'll never believe this, up until I was about 18 and I went off to the holiday parks, I wouldn't say boo to a goose. I couldn't have ever imagined doing this. But she got up on stage and did the show, and like her teacher was there, like crying in the background, because she said, I can't believe that she's had like the courage to stand up and do it, and it was honestly the best thing ever. And ever since then, she's never stopped. She really came out of her shell, and she's never stopped doing like all that kind of stuff. It was so lovely. Bless her. Now she wants to do everything. Cost me an arm and a leg.
They go from one extreme to other, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so how are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm all right. If you need to leave me behind now, I'm just sticking on my...
Your flowers.
I've cut all my bits. I'm still sticking. Yeah, still sticking bits.
Right, so
carry on.
we're going to do we'll do the main pieces, and then you can decorate yourself up afterwards.
Okay.
So this next tower is going to go down another inch, so we're going to go to 6 inches high. And again, exactly the same width, so 5.5 inches, and you need 2 of them.
I'll quickly cut this. 6 inches high.
Yeah, by 5.5.
Got a sweat on. 6 inches high. Oh, what did you say?
6 by 5.5.
5.5.
And you need 2 of those. And then your 2 patterned pieces and your 2 coloured pieces are going to go 5 3/4 high. So again, you're just going down that 1/4 inch.
I need another bit. Have you got another bit of cardstock?
What colour?
It's the white.
White. Oh, in there, that end piece.
6 by 5.5. It's like Challenge Annika, this. 6 by 5.5. And then the pattern pieces, what did you say?
So they are going to be 5 3/4 high.
No, 5 3/4 high.
By 1 1/4.
1/4. I need those in patterned and then in the block colours as well, don't I?
Yeah. So all in all, you'll need 4.
I need some more paper. I've got so many bits. I need some more. How am I running out of paper so badly? What did I have? That purple, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
5 3/4.
by 1 1/4.
And I just need some of the flowery one that I had. Where's that other flowery one gone?
I think you took it with you.
That's fine.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, the blue daisy
Blue.
one.
You stay there and I'll come to you.
Thanks. 5 3/4. By what did you say?
By 1 1/4.
Oh yeah, 1 1/4. And two of those. And then two again in the patterned.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to score in the same places again, I guess.
We are. So you're going to put your 5.5 inches to the top, and you're going to score the 1.5, 2.5, 4 and 5. So again, so 1.5, 2.5.
1 1/4.
4 and 5.
5 3/4. Come on, Ben, keep up. 1 1/4. Don't be putting a timer at George. What? He's going, oh, I wish I had a timer. I don't. 5 3/4 by 1 1/4. Can you imagine? So that's all of those bits there. Oh my goodness me.
So really all we've done with the towers or the pillars, whatever you want to call them, is we've just gone down an inch in size each time. The width has stayed the same.
Yeah. So the scoring was 1.5, 2.5, is that right?
Yeah, 1.5, 2.5.
4 and 5.
Yeah. And then we're just going to glue that tab.
Four and 5.
That one went a bit wonky.
Right, I'm going to fold that in a second, then we've got to do all the glue. I'm just going to go back to my trellis here. Oh, Sue says, why do you put the acetate across? That's a good question. Why do we put the acetate across?
Because we are going to die cut some of the butterflies out, which I don't think we'll get time to do, but we're going to die cut some butterflies out,
Yeah.
and we're going to have them on the acetate, so it's almost like they're floating in air because you're not really going to see the acetate.
Okay. Michelle, what left-handed scissors do you use, says Judy?
I don't, and
Oh.
I really could do with some. The last time I had a pair of left-handed scissors was when I worked at Burberry's. I was
Right.
a machinist, and they were the best thing I ever had. And then when I moved, my mum, she needed them, so she kept them. And I thought, oh, well, I'll never use them again. And then I started crafting and could really done with them.
That's a good point. Is it really hard to use right-handed scissors then?
It's a bit more awkward, yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely do with a pair. But these ones that I use, these are the fabric scissors, but the Sarah signature ones are the rose gold ones. I'm not sure if they're still on the website or not.
We can certainly have a little look.
But they are brilliant. I have had them for years and years, and I use them to cut card and fabric and paper and everything.
Yeah.
And they are still the sharpest pair of scissors I've ever owned. I couldn't get that word out then.
Deborah says, Ben, I'd never imagine you being quiet. Honestly, I was. Ben Shy, says Gilmore, laughing faces. Ben's having a workout, I am. Mary says, I'd crack under the pressure if someone put up a crafting timer.
Yes.
And it's easier to follow along when Ben is crafting because he asks the questions that I would be asking, says Gilmore. Well, that was, do you know what, that was sort of half the reason. And I don't always do it because, you know, time allows and stuff and getting everything sorted. But we thought today it might be quite nice, you know, just to have a bit of a go. So, well, that's good then. If you think it's worthwhile me doing it, then I certainly will attempt as many of these as is possible, because I do genuinely enjoy it. And I do think as well that if I can do it, as somebody mentioned earlier on, I love to craft. I mean, I don't get as much time as I would like to do it, but I genuinely do love crafting along. And I think that if you can watch me do it, and you know the sort of level of craft that I'm at, and I kind of make a half decent-ish job of the actual craft along, then you know that you can do it. I think that's the thing to say.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's okay me being up here doing this as the craft expert,
Yeah.
so to speak. But yeah, when they can see you craft along and do it as well, it's definitely a bonus.
Yeah.
So then what we're going to do is this one. We're not going to, if you wanted to put another strip of acetate across there, you could, but I haven't, so we won't. And then all I'm going to do again is we're just going to glue those down.
Okay. Get in there. Get in there. I've never crafted so quickly in my life. I'm desperately trying to catch up with Michelle. How long have we got? 15 minutes left. Oh, stick down. 13 minutes left, is it? All right, Jamie. Mr. Pedantic. You get in there. Thanks, acetate. Good for sticking butterflies on, says Sue.
Yeah. So again, just lining it up with the bottom and then just holding it for a second.
Think we're going to get time to decorate that bit of acetate?
I'm not sure if we'll get time to decorate, but we'll do those side panels.
Oh, yeah.
Because they need to be done.
Oh, I've got the same colour. Oh, it doesn't matter.
And the thing is, you know what, if you like it like that, you don't necessarily, again, you don't have to have one going across the front. So just while Ben's gluing, if I just bring this one in again, I've got those two little planters that are there. We've just, I've cut those trellises out for the front. I haven't done anything different on the front except for those two trellises. I've cut out those little bushes that are in there and two of the planters. And then I'll show you how to cut these sides, because obviously if I bring this one in and that one, you can see it's not the prettiest from the side.
No.
But once you put this on, it looks a lot better.
Okay. Are we going to get a chance to do that, did you say?
Yes, so we'll do that now, because then all the rest is just the decorating. It's just cutting more of these out, cutting your butterflies out, and then sticking them again exactly where you want them to be, just like we did on those two.
Yeah.
So if I pop that to the side, did I use, oh, I've used craft card. So the way that I worked it out was, bringing it in, it's 8 inches high. So I want it 1/4 inch shorter, and obviously this one's 6 inches. So we're going to cut it out first as an oblong, and then we're going to cut that rectangle in. But don't assume, because this is 3 inches wide, that to go down that 1/4 inch, because they're glued together, it's going to put a little bit of bulk on it. So that comes to nearly 3 1/4 inch. So we're going to cut it down to 3 inches wide. So you're going to need 2 of these. So just under the 8 inches, so 7 3/4.
7 3/4.
And we're going to cut 2, and they both need to be 3 inches wide.
3 inches. And 3 inches.
Yeah. So if I bring that in now, I'm happy. I've just got a tiny little board around the edges.
Yeah.
Right, so what you're going to do is, your highest point is the 8 inches, your lowest point is the 6 inches. So with a pencil or a pen, you're just going to mark just below your 6 inches. So 5 3/4. We're just going to put a pencil mark there. So again, 5 3/4. Do you not have a pencil? I've got a pen. Oh, do you want to borrow my pencil?
Oh, thanks. Have you done yours?
I've done mine, yeah. So I've got my little notch there, and we're going to go, and remember, you're going to need one on each side, so they both need to go at a different angle. So we're going to trim it just on that angle. So you can do this with your scissors or your guillotine, it's entirely up to you. But what you're going to do is you're going to bring it in, and you're going to line it on there, and you're going to make sure that you're happy that it sits nice and just how you want, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to bring this one over, and so as you can see, I've put my notch at the bottom. I'm just going to go put my notch at the top. So again, it's going to a notch, a little, oh, where's my pen? Because obviously it's the opposite side. So we're going to go down to, let me turn that round. 5 3/4 again. And before you commit to cutting, make sure where your little pen mark is, let me just bring that to the other side, is at the right place. So you're cutting that way on this one, and on the other one, you're cutting that way. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Because they're both opposite, so you're going to be cutting the angle the opposite way on both of them.
So where are you cutting through now as you're cutting through that mark?
So I'm cutting from the top corner here down to that mark there.
Oh, I...
So you're going to cut that corner away.
Right, I think.
So, and again, that's why I said you can do this with scissors or on here. It's entirely up to you. But if I bring both those in now, can you see how they're opposite to each other? Because you're going to be putting one at each side.
Oh, okay, well, I've sort of done that, ish. There or thereabouts.
So if I pop that on there, I'm quite happy with it. And then all you're going to do is you're going to bring your piece of pattern paper in, and we're going to cut this shorter. So we're going to cut this to 2 3/4 wide, and we're going to lay it on here. And you're going to lay it exactly where you want, so it's matting and layering. And then bring in your pencil or your pen in, just put a little notch there and a little notch there. So from the top of your craft. No, are we gone?
Well, I think there was only a few minutes left, so I think you just carry on.
Okay.
I'm there-ish.
So for you, what we're doing is your mat and layer is.
Yeah.
We've just cut it that 1/4 inch in, but we're going to lay it on there so we can get that exactly the same angle on it. So I'm going to put that on there. Where's my... I can't find my pen mark. Wait a minute.
Probably not easy to see on that pattern paper.
Oh, there it is. So there we go. So you see that that's going to... It mats and layers perfectly, but it fits right to the bottom. So then take your bottom and take the 1/4 inch off there.
Yeah.
It's easier to do it that way than to keep trying to cut your angle at the top. And then I have got that perfect mat and layer. So what you're going to do is you're going to do exactly the same with this. So if I just bring in, let me quickly grab just any piece of paper. Again, so I'm going to cut it, so this is 3 inches wide. I'm going to cut this to 2 3/4 inch wide. I'm going to lay it on exactly where I want it, and I'm going to use my pen to mark that and cut it exactly. Lay it back on, make sure that you've got it how you want, and then take a slice off the bottom.
Let's go and check in with Amy and just see how she's getting on. Oh, it's been fun, it's been manic. Have you managed to keep up, Amy? I bet you have.
Yeah, I have all the pieces for the other tubes and the grass at the next part for the side. They haven't all gone. This is where I am with what's done.
Looking brilliant. Have you got all of the measurements, did you say? So you've done your other tubes and you've got the measurements for the side?
I will look at her page later to
I'll
make
make
sure.
sure I pop them all on there.
Pieces. All the remaining pieces.
Yeah, you'll pop up all the measurements later.
Yeah, I'll pop it all on there, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed it? It looked like you were having a lot of fun.
It's been a ton of fun. And it's been fun to craft with you as well. Thank you, Michelle and Ben.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's been so lovely
Yeah.
to craft with you as well. And Amy, once you've finished, do make sure you send us through the picture if you get a chance to finish it
For
later on.
sure.
And we'll show it
To
in Monday
the
Makers.
team social.
Or you can send it studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk.
For sure. Thank you both.
Thanks so much, Amy. Oh
Be
my
well.
goodness, so much fun, absolutely
Right, thank
brilliant. Hopefully we'll see Amy's finished project a little bit later on. Is there any other bits that you want to quickly throw in towards the end here?
No, not really. So if I just bring it in for you, you can see that each level is exactly the same. We've just gone down that inch with the towers, which we've done. That's what your sides will look like once you've mat and layered them up. And then the rest really is decorating with whatever elements out of that, that die set that you've picked.
Yeah.
So that's, you know...
And where did you get your sentiment from? Was that just
That's it, I don't know. I had a stamp that was just sat on my my unit, so it is a Crafter's Companion one, because that's all I've got at home. So a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So it is a Crafter's Companion one. So your challenge is, if you choose to accept it, let me know where I got my sentiment from.
right? In the next 2 minutes.
Yes.
We'll pop that obviously up on the Crafty Walk of Fame so you can vote on that as your potential demo of the day a little bit later on. And I actually, after we've finished, I know Amy will do the same, I'm going to try and finish off mine as much as possible, and we'll stick up our finished projects on our relevant social pages. That was fun though, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it wasn't difficult.
No.
It took a little while, but it's... I like those quite simple ones, but that look, they have that wow factor.
That's mine currently, just to show you. So I was a bit
that's
annoyed. I'd
amazing.
forgotten that I'd used the same papers there, which is a bit annoying. But it's fine. So basically I've got to cut my sides in.
Yeah.
And there's another layer across the front then, isn't there?
Yeah.
Another arch, and then decorate it with a few butterflies and flowers. So I'm pretty chuffed with that.
Yeah.
Good tubage there, Ben. Good tubage. I'm gonna finish this. You guys hopefully will come back and join us a little bit later on, because we've got Monday Makers. We'll be crowning a brand new craft ambassador, and also later on we've got some amazing goodies on the show, including things like your image sentiment dies. The Scratch and Reveal kit is back as well, which I'm super excited about. We've got the Sentiment Die collection on the show for you as well, and the Statement Word dies for you as well. So it's going to be a brilliant, brilliant show, and certainly lots to tune in for. Worth also bearing in mind that on the website right now we have got our Summer Season sale, which is all about giving you amazing deals. I mean, the official line is 60% off, but we've got up to 75% off, which you'll see when you head over to the website. And worth checking back every day as well, because I know that over the course of this week, which is the final week of the event, you will see different deals being added to the page each and every day. Just a few final comments coming through. Very nice, Amy, says Rhonda Crowley. Lovely project, Amy, says Pam E. Awesome work, Amy, says Mary Pat 1000. Mary Rena saying, so beautiful, Michelle, so cheerful. And Gilmore says, oh no, the show's about to end. I was having so much fun. Me too. It's all over already. I can't believe how quickly the hour has been and gone, says Bubble and Squeak. And Rosalind Russell says, great job, Ben, Amy and Michelle. See you guys later. You certainly will see us later back here in 2 hours for more fun and frolics on Monday Makers. Until then, bye for now.